Hey friends, so I'm here today with Lucy Watson. Lucy recently sent me her book. So today I'm going to make something out of the book. I'm going to make the spaghetti bolognese, which you've told me is one of your favourites.
I can't wait.
That's always good. I'm going to ask Lucy a few questions about what she's been up to recently. So I've seen that you've done a recent video with Earth and Ed.
Yeah.
How do you think that's gone over? How's it been received?
Yeah, it's been received really well. Apparently we've had over 1 million views of the video, which is crazy. And I was never expecting that. I think, especially with videos that have like animals being tortured and stuff, a lot of people try and avert their eyes. So the fact that that many people have watched it, or however many people have watched it, is just like amazing. They've had over 200,000 signatures for the petition.
Fantastic.
So I don't know, obviously Fashion Week has started. If we don't get any progress this year, then maybe next year we will.
Things are changing all the time, aren't they? So either way, it's always good to see that we're kind of making progress.
Yes, yeah, I think people are so on board with the whole like fur being really outdated, and I think it's definitely a minority of people now that actually even wear it, so it's a lot easier to get people on side for things like that. Yeah. So it's pretty good.
I mean, obviously a lot of people use you as like a fashion inspiration. So where do you get like a lot of your stuff? How do you kind of
my clothes and stuff?
Yeah, how do you go about kind of making sure everything's vegan?
So because I am kind of like a vegan through and through, not just diet, vegan lifestyle and everything, I do have to be quite careful with the clothes that I buy, and check everything, like the labels, and just always speak to people about it. But most of the high street brands, have vegan friendly clothes. A lot of their shoes are vegan friendly, like faux leather, or like synthetic materials. So long as you just do your research, places like River Island, New Look, those kind of places have so much like vegan friendly stuff. Even French Connection, some of their bags are faux leather. There's a few like really great vegan leather brands called Charles and Keith and Matt and Nat. They're really good. So it's really easy these days to get that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's really good. Like, I find a lot of what's nice now that's changing is, whereas a lot of places have been kind of accidentally vegan in the past, a lot of places have been more overtly vegan and really stating it.
Yeah.
And it just makes it easier for people who are transitioning.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, the accidental sort of vegan is very common with high street brands, I think, just because it's less expensive, so it's easier for them to make it, and therefore go vegans, and lucky us for that.
Yeah. No, that's great. And how personally have you been perceived? Because have you been vegan for about 18 months?
Yeah, so I went vegan 2 years ago. Well, yeah, just under 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how's that been kind of perceived? Because obviously you've had like quite a good following for a while.
Yeah, I'd say it's like 80% positive. There's definitely some people that are really like aggressive and critical. I think because I hashtag vegan and a lot of things, and I'll be like, I direct a lot of my stuff to fellow vegans just because they're the kind of people that I align myself with. And I'm vocal about it because I want to encourage others to do it too, and just to show you how easy it is and how great the lifestyle is and how you can have everything that you want. You don't really have to sacrifice anything. So I do preach about it quite a lot, and I think people get really defensive and annoyed about it because they're like, please shut up about it, you're vegan, we're not. But that's just not how movements happen. You don't ever make a change in the world if you stay quiet about something, so I'm not going to shut up about it.
Where do you think people would start going vegan?
I think definitely it's easiest to start with your diet. And if you're a meat eater and you think, oh my god, I know that you went straight from being a meat eater to being vegan, and that's amazing, but I think a lot of people wouldn't be able to be that committed straight away. So I think you can go vegetarian, or even pescatarian, just making slight changes to your diet is the way to start. Definitely going to the shops and buying all the kind of vegan foods. In my book, actually, there's like a store cupboard section, which basically shows you what you need to buy, like all the main staple vegan foods, because that is the main thing, I think. Because otherwise, you really do need to throw everything out that is, or like give it to someone or eat it and move on. But you need to get rid of everything in your home that is not vegan. Like I had to throw out all my cheese and my butter and milks and all those kind of things. I just got rid of it because I thought there's no point in being there. It's just temptation.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, definitely go to the supermarket, do your research. There's so much stuff online now. We were talking about this as well.
Yeah.
There is so much stuff online. It is impossible for you to not find your answers there.
Yeah.
Like there's everything. So, and all supermarkets have vegan food now. All of them have to kind of cater to vegans.
Yeah.
That smells amazing.
Yeah, so at the moment we've just got the mushrooms, carrots and celery in there.
And garlic.
I'm just putting some garlic puree in there. I'm just putting some of the porcini mushrooms into to soak a little bit.
Okay.
Put some hot water in there.
Yeah.
And I'll add that later with a little bit of vegetable stock.
But yeah, I'd say the hangovers are definitely where people relapse most. Like my boyfriend loves to get a pizza on a hangover, and he doesn't like vegan cheese, so it's a bit of a struggle.
Has he not found any that he likes yet? Because how many has he tried? This is the thing is, because I think people go to like a standard beer like
yes.
buy anywhere, but there's so many types now.
I know. To be honest, I don't think he's explored that much, and I also think that it's maybe like a laziness thing.
Yeah.
Definitely a laziness thing. I think you have to be really committed to do it, and like really just like kind of stubborn with yourself as well, because there's so much temptation that involves animal cruelty everywhere. Obviously I don't find it tempting in the slightest because I just know what it's tainted with, but I think a lot of people can easily remove that from their minds, can't they? Mm-hmm. Whereas like I can't. That's all I see when I look at a piece of cheese. I just see like the baby cow.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah.
I mean, with James, he's a bit of a gym fiend, doesn't he? Like he likes to
yeah,
work
loves
out.
the gym.
So, I mean, maybe right, okay. Let me have a think. We'll get him a meal plan.
Can we please? Can we please? Oh my god, can we actually do that?
Yeah, let's think of something high in protein, nice and healthy, that's going to suit him, and then I'll come and cook.
That would make me so happy, because I have tried, but then I'm not obsessed with protein, and I also like, I don't know, I'm kind of like, if you don't like what I cook you, then bye. Like, I love the stuff that I cook, you would be like, oh, I might put some chicken in this, and I find that the most offensive thing of life.
It's so tough, isn't it?
I find that
It's so tough.
But, you know, we have researched it, but it's quite hard to get quite a lot of things that are the same. But then you're a chef, so maybe you can
the same kind of macros.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
In portions-wise, you know.
Portions-wise.
So you might not want to eat the same amount. You might want to eat the same amount of food that you are used to, but with the same kind of nutritional value.
So obviously, a lot of people kind of talk about how broccoli's got the same amount of protein,
but it hasn't.
But you have to eat so much,
yeah.
So it's per calorie. So yeah, obviously that's quite a frustrating thing for people who are trying to make that transition and are getting quoted things like that. But yeah, there's a lot of kind of.
But then it is also just like a vain, like unnecessary thing that you don't need. You know, does your vanity come before animal welfare at the end? I mean, like, you know, there's only so many excuses one can make. But mindset, it's all about the mindset.
It's all about the mindset, 100%. But we can make it as easy as possible for them.
Yeah,
some
we
nice,
can.
healthy,
We can.
protein-rich foods.
We can pander to the needs.
Exactly. And sometimes you need to, a little bit.
Yeah. Sometimes.
So everyone who said to me, okay, so Lucy Watson following on Instagram, the thing that they always say is made in Chelsea.
Yeah.
So I mean, what's that like for you? Do you feel like most people that move for that, obviously?
Yeah. I think that will always be the case.
What kind of experience is it?
What kind of experience is it? It's like it's a roller coaster experience.
Okay.
It's a crazy one because it just lifts you onto a platform where like everyone knows, well, not everyone, but a lot of people know who you are, and they know your name, and they know a lot about your life, and it's an overwhelming time, but it also opens up so many doors opportunities wise for like work. And for me, it's given me this platform where I can maybe, you know, help influence people to do things that will benefit animals, which is like something I've wanted to do my whole life. I'm so lucky that I can do that now. And yeah, it's an exciting experience. Pretty cool filming something and then being like involved with a project that you can watch back and whatever, and people comment on it and talk about it and get excited about it. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
What's the day-to-day life of Lucy Watson like?
What's my day-to-day life?
Yeah, so do you get noticed a lot when you go to
I literally avoid people all the time. Like, that sounds really rude, but if I'm having an off day, I won't go like to the places that I know are really busy. Or if I do, I don't know, I just act like everyone else. I just walk around like everyone else. I don't put sunglasses on and like walk down like this and like be like, oh my god, don't look at me, because I'm just not like some famous celebrity. Like, I don't see myself like that. I blend in, basically.
Yeah.
Get the occasional person being like, is that? And I'm like, no, it's not. You know, and then I just walk on, because I think
it's easy for you to get consumed by it, isn't it?
Yes, and I never want to be like that. I just want to get on with my day-to-day stuff. Obviously, there's things like my book tour where you know you're going to meet people that know who you are and want to talk to you about stuff, and you're like, you're mentally prepared as soon as you get there, and you're ready for it, and you're actually excited for it. Yeah. But it's when you're caught off guard that it's a bit like, oh, your bubble gets a bit burst, and you're a bit like, you feel like all eyes are on you a little bit, which can be a bit unsettling. Some people really love it, but some people don't.
How's the book tour been?
It's been really good. It was really small. We only did a few locations. I think a little bit apprehensive about the fact that it was vegan, and you know, is it going to be as popular? I don't know, but it's really exceeded my expectations. Like, I've just been blown away by it. It's done, you know, crazy well, considering it's such a niche subject still. And I had the best time. I was with people that were all like excited about veganism, or were vegan, or were curious about it, and it's just like, oh my god, I felt so at home and so happy, and I just wanted to talk to everyone about everything, and I was buzzing. I was so excited and happy.
So what's next? What's next for you?
People always ask me this, and I feel really under pressure, because I'm like, oh my god, what's next? What's next? Yeah, no, basically, I have a few things. Obviously, the book was huge, and I'm still kind of doing a bit of stuff around that, but I have also been working on a new jewellery line, which is coming out soon. And then I'm going into business with my dad and my sister, but I can't talk about what it is.
Okay.
But it is related to veganism, and that will be something that hopefully comes out again later this year, which I'm really excited about. And then just a few like brand collaborations that are coming up, little projects. Everything I do now is not related to veganism, but is vegan friendly, so anyone, you know, that follows me can also be involved and enjoy that. But yeah, lots of little things.
That's really cool. It's nice that you've got a lot on. And is that something you like about the position you're in? Because obviously having a platform allows you to get your finger in a few different pies.
Oh, I never feel like I'm doing enough. Like, literally, people will be like, what are you up to at the moment? And I'll be like, oh, I'm doing this, this and this and this. And I'm like, oh. And they're like, oh my god, you're doing so much. And I don't feel like I am. I always feel like I'm a workaholic, so I want to do as much as possible. And life is so short, so I'm like, I just always feel like I'm running out of time. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm 26 and I haven't done this and this that I want to do. And, you know, I'm just like, I don't know why I'm like that. Excuse me. And also, I want to do a lot more like just animal related stuff. I really want to go to China and help out with the dog meat situation over there, like really badly. I just need to find the right time to go, whenever there ever a right time. But I want to go out there. I want to help, and I want to really help the animals, like physically, rather than just verbally.
Yeah, because it's tough, isn't it? It's tough sometimes when you feel like you're talking about an issue a lot, and then you want to actually go and put
you want to actually be on the front line, and you want to be like, well, and I look at people that do all that, and I'm like, oh my god, like they're my heroes.
Ed, for example.
Yeah,
really,
Ed,
really
it's amazing.
active.
And he's, I mean, I want to like become his best friend and just like follow him around and like go to the farms and stuff and like rescue animals, but like, I don't know.
But that's why it's important. That's why it's important that someone like yourself, we've all got to utilise what platforms we have. So obviously, for myself, food is the number one thing. But I've started doing like talks at festivals and things like that.
Okay.
Just to try and help.
And how do you do that? Because I'm going to this talk, Vevolution. Are you going?
Okay. I'm not planned to at the moment.
When is it? Let me just double check. And I'm doing a talk, but then I don't know how to start. Okay. How do you start it? Or do they ask you questions?
So for mine, I had some conversations recently about why I think people aren't vegan, rather than why I think people should be vegan. So I kind of came out from a little bit of a different point of view. And I think if animals could talk, people would be vegan. Yeah. Because if you could go and have a conversation with a cow in the field and say, what do you think about this? What do you think about the way
do you want to live? And they'd be like, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if you every time you walk past the field, cows are going, mate, stop. Do you know what they're doing to us in it? Yeah. Do you know what's happening? And that's, for me, I was kind of like, yeah, surely, like, none of my family or anyone I know that isn't vegan at the moment, if animals would talk to them, then surely they're kind enough human beings to say, oh, okay, like, yeah, I can't let something be killed that is obviously a conscious being. But the way I think about it is that animals can talk, just not verbally. So like, they would pull their hand away from a flame if they're being burnt, things like that. Their actions show how they feel.
But we take advantage of the fact that they can't talk, and we use that to our advantage, and we ignore their actions that show emotion, because we're like, well, actually no, they don't have, they're not as intelligent as us. What really annoys me is when people say, but they're not intelligent, and it's like, so what? Okay, so what if a kid's born disabled and is maybe lacking some form of intelligence compared to the average person? Does that mean they deserve to die?
Exactly.
Does that mean that we should eat them? Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Where do you stop?
And when people say, oh, but they're not a dog, and you're like, what's the difference though? And they're like, well, dogs are domesticated, and it's like, so that is just that doesn't back up any argument in any way, shape or form. So I'm basically, I want to do a talk as well. I'm going to start doing talks, and the thing is, I ramble on. I have so many things that I want to say that I don't know, you have to pick a few things, don't you, a few topics. Yeah. Have to be organised and like think, okay, I want to talk about this and this, rather than just talk about everything. There's so much.
I don't think you've got to worry too much about rambling on. I think people are going to definitely want to hear what you've got to say. Really? 100%. And I think having someone like yourself who, again, as we've said before, isn't like a generic, like what people think of, like a stereotypical vegan. Yeah. That's so good for the cause. It's so good to get people involved, get people thinking about it, and let people know.
I'd hate to bore people though. I'd hate to.
I don't see that happening.
I could try.
I really don't.
But yeah, I'm so conscious of like making sure that what I'm talking about is interesting, and it's a tricky one because I feel so much pressure to say the right things, and when you've got an audience, and I'm sure you probably feel it too if you do talks, you've got an audience and you're like, okay, I could actually change someone's life right now. I have that power. That's a lot.
Yeah, I think the most fantastic thing about doing a talk is just like the last one I did, quite a young schoolgirl came up and spoke to me after and said, I'm not vegan, but I'm not vegan because like my science teacher tells me this, like, we've got canine teeth and we're carnivores, like,
oh my god, no.
And I'm like, okay, and I understand that you've got to do well in your curriculum and things like that, but maybe do some research on your own. Like, you're telling me a lot about what other people think, but what do you think? What are your thoughts on it? And that's
what a stupid teacher.
Yeah.
That really annoys me. That's another thing. I think that like kids should get taught about this kind of thing at school. We get taught to love animals and like impersonate animals, oink oink, and like and all that kind of stuff, and then we just eat them to
we get
kids.
taught about compassion and then told to ignore it when it doesn't apply to humans.
Exactly.
Which is...
It's going to change. It is changing. That's the thing that I feel happy about, is that it is changing. Oh my god, look at this. I'm so excited. It looks amazing. I haven't had this in a while. When I say a while, I mean like a month, but still, it looks so good. Oh my god. I'm sure that any girl that dates you is very lucky. Thank you. This looks delicious. Okay, let's do this. Digby. It's so hard to eat spaghetti in a ladylike manner.
Yeah, in a ladylike manner and on film. I purposely put a white shirt on today and then thought, am I purposely challenging myself?
Oh my god, can I just say? This is very good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Well, we'll set that up and we'll cook for James.
Yes,
100%.
thank you so much.
Thank you very much for coming and speaking with me today. It's been really, really good. Lovely to meet you.
Thanks for cooking for me. I really appreciate.
And yeah, it'd be great, obviously, to do something again.
Yes, definitely.
Anyone out there who wants to cook some awesome vegan food, Feed Me Vegan by Lucy Watson. Send me a copy of this, and I'm really excited to cook some more of the meals.
Yep, and this is in the book, and it is bellissimo.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for stopping by, friends. Be nice to each other, and goodbye.